All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Hajime no Ippo,
episode 73.
Ippo is in danger.
Yeah, we're only in the end transition between round 2 and round 3. And Ippo already looks like he's on the ropes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And considering that this match can go a lot longer than their previous fight did, this is not a good start.
Yeah, this is a start that Ippo definitely had in his hands, in his tempo. He established the aggression there, but Sendo has completely stolen that away from him, and Ippo barely survived this last round by basically blocking as much as he could, just trying to hide in the corner. And
the psychological battle has started to be won too.
Yes, exactly.
Which is a real problem, almost more than the actual punches.
Yeah. It is a bit where it's basically gotten to the point where he might end up starting to fear Sendo, and just seeing him in the next round will be enough to basically rattle Ippo internally. But third round in the previous fight that they had was a big one. That's where all the crazy stuff happened. So with this one here, we need some kind of a turnaround or a big moment. There's really a lot of awesome people in the stands watching this fight.
Yes.
So I am loving the fact that we get to have the classic shonen thing of getting all this commentary from characters like Mashiba even. Oh my gosh. But yeah, we're running up towards the end of our first chunk of Ippo episodes.
That's true.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy no matter how it ends. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this now. All right, come out of your corner strong, Ippo.
We can hope.
There's the smash. Boom. Volg.
Yep.
Date. Yeah. Yada. Oh, Sendo, yeah, from the corner. Oh, a fist raised.
But not showing us who it is.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. God, if they build up again to another Dempsey roll, that would
they have to at some point.
That would just be the coolest thing ever.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now.
3ラウンドか。前回はこのラウンドでやられた。そっくりそのまま返したる。先に手を出すんだ。ゴングと同時に挑戦者いった。
Here we go, Ippo.
Okay. Now he hesitates.
Yep. Oh, surpass that moment.
Yeah, that's what needs to happen right here.
Whoa, Sendo.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Whoa. Oh, here it comes.
Oh.
Yep. Whoa. Yeah, he's scared of his punches.
He's terrified, yeah.
Oh. Can't.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh.
Wow.
This isn't the fight you wanted, yeah. Crap. Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. He used the technique.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
Come on, remember. Remember what Nekata taught you. Wow. Because he's so scared, yep. Wow, wow. That was so cool.
Exactly. Fear cuts deeper than swords.
Right. Oh.
And there's nothing that Ippo can say to himself or that someone else can say to him.
He's in the corner.
Yeah. He just has to get some sort of break in his perspective somehow.
Yep, yep. Nekota knows, yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Wow.
Here it is, here it is. He's got his legs established and it's just... Oh my gosh. Back where we started.
Yep.
Oh. Oh, whoa, that hurt. Oh, the sound.
Oh, man.
Oh, he's barely conscious.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, the lunge move, the gazelle punch, yeah.
But that's also something that, like, he really has to get over his fear in order to use it. Like...
Oh, Ippo, come on! No way!
There's no way!
He's gonna go in for a final punch, which is gonna bring his head down into range.
Yeah.
Here it comes! This is it, Ippo!
Let's do or die.
Leap into it! Oh! Oh, he's fainting!
Nice!
Whoa!
Okay.
Oh, it's not the gazelle punch that he learned, it's the killer intent that he learned. Oh!
Wow. Okay.
You like see it in his eyes. We've seen that before. It's him just like channeling all of his resolve into. Whoa!
All right. Bad for the heart. Oh man.
Right. So he wasn't defenseless. Exactly.
The fact that Ippo was...
Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's because he was so terrified. How did he manage to do that?
Okay. Whoa, a premonition? Yeah. Deep breaths. Oh my god. He has like 3 physical processes working right now. Like none of them have to do with hearing.
Yeah.
Thinking is hard. Memory? No. We're present right here.
Is Hachi gonna bark?
Oh!
Nice. But that's something
that snapped him out of it!
Yeah.
Oh, yes!
Alright.
Yeah, the feints, let's go! Oh, I got chills. Yeah.
の表情が変わった。そうじゃ。
Oh.
それこそが恐怖に打ち勝つ唯一の武器。
Which is
幕の内一歩の最大
what, resolve or something?
勇気者。
Ah, okay.
Whoa.
All right.
So when you're doing sports and stuff, there are moments where you like tap into your own like hidden reserves, obviously consciously, but courage is
Yeah.
courage is like a reaction. It's not a proactive thing.
Well,
You have to be in the face of fear in order to channel
Right.
courage. So
it makes me think of like, you know, like the Great Dane that's like barking at like the little stuffed dog, and it won't actually touch the thing because it's assuming that this is all courage from the inanimate object, right?
おかげだ。あの練習をしてきたからだ。ちゃんと成果が出てるじゃないか。
Oh.
Okay.
いい顔になっただに。このラウンド期待できるだに。本当。
Right, because his actual damage that he's taken is not as physical.
見かけませんでしたか？いや、見かけんだに。こんなところにいるわけないだに。そら耳だ。
Then the bag rustles. Yeah, yeah.
All the people in the stands are on his side, though.
Yeah, yeah.
They're on his side.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we didn't see anything either.
Nope.
What?
Because, like, to have someone that's at such a disadvantage not be scared, it's like, what do you know that I don't?
ためらってるのさ。何がの虎の野生の勘がためらわせてるんだ。
Animal instincts.
見た。東日本新。
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
相変わらず今々しい名詞。できた人になり変わって。終了間際。 奴は確かになんか狙っとった。
But whoa, 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 whoa.
All right.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, they're doing the trade. All right, all right. Whoa. Oh. Okay. It's too slow now. Yeah, yeah. Right, right. I start winding up. If he's gonna faint, then I'm just gonna start weaving.
Use the time.
I'm gonna prep.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I'm getting ready to set up the Dempsey roll.
Uh-huh.
Yep, yep. So he has to go. Oh!
All right.
Oh! Yes, this is what Ippo. This is what Ippo excels at. Let's go. Oh!
Oh man. But
Yeah,
but this
Ippo
didn't
can
go
give
well
those
the
body
first time
blows.
you did it.
No, yeah, because of the slight weight difference. But this is Ippo, exactly. Ippo can give him body blows for days that, like, will cripple him. Yep, yep. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh. The sounds are so good.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gotta take notes here.
Yeah, work those back muscles.
Right, channel that courage. Oh, he's heading back to the corner.
Oh! Wow.
What just happened?
I'm not sure.
I don't think we've ever shown a punch thrown like that with the angles and stuff. Jeez.
But now Sendo's getting psyched up.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yep, yep, yep. Good.
Wow. Wow.
Oh. Yeah. Good grief, and now Sendo's back in control again.
Yeah.
But this is your time, Ippo. Do it again.
Maybe here? Because he squared up so much? Oh!
Oh!
Wow! Yeah!
Counter with a left uppercut? Like,
looks like. Okay.
Oh!
Right.
Okay. He both.
Yeah. Whoa. Wait.
It doesn't count as 2 downs, of course.
Right.
But he needs to use the
lines.
He needs to use the lines, the side, yeah. Wow. I actually don't want it to end here.
I don't either.
I want it to keep going.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, Ippo's gonna go into him the second he gets ready to go. Whoa.
All right.
Oh.
As soon as he's up.
Wow.
All right.
That's it. That's good. But Ippo, this is your moment.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna continue it. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And now, go, Ippo.
It's a title match. They have to have actually throw in the towel at that point if he's gonna get back up. Oh. Oh, he's actually going in.
Okay.
Oh. He has no leg power. This is
Yeah.
it. This is it. Dempsey roll time. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh crap! They both can't. They both can't punch with.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay.
It's gonna end up in a situation where they're both too tired to barely make any punches, and they're just gonna be like, ugh. Right.
That face.
Whoa. Meaning he's on a timer, like
Gotcha.
Like he has to end this quickly.
Right, because he's taken so much damage.
So much damage, yeah. Whoa.
All right.
Yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Get up again with my wounded body. Tomorrow's the only way to go.
Oh, this is...
Repeated distractions.
It's so hard to find the cadence for this song.
Tomorrow with my only hands, even if I can't deal with my long life. Don't want to mistake the place to live with the place to die. I can't help myself dreaming the same dream.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, everyone. Wow.
This was just too exciting.
Okay.
This was too cool.
Yep.
Ippo ends up being able to pull out a feint at a very crucial moment when he's backed into the corner again.
Mm-hmm.
And we also see Sendo utilizing the feints in a way that I would say is just ridiculously good. But Ippo taps into his his inner kind of resolve, courage, you know, just you know,
was
locked on kind of moment. Yeah. But that's something that's exciting because this feels more like something that he's learned over the course of becoming a boxer, not really a thing that he got specifically at the training camp. And the way they talked about it being a thing that he got specifically from Volg and Date, I was thinking it was going to be the Gazelle Punch, right?
Right. And in a way it was.
But it was all of the above. It was the feints, the Gazelle Punch, and the resolve. Right. So Ippo as a character is one that he's been the good boy. He's been the one that will you know, weather any storm because he bears it all himself and is able to, you know, come out most of the time on top. Yep. But we've seen in a lot of cases where that's not really the case. Date thoroughly manhandled him,
destroyed him in
his fight because of his cunning and experience and drive to win. Ippo's drive comes from basically a desire to not give up, and that he has basically a resolve to go beyond this, but it has less meaning and I would say like kind of immediate obvious purpose than for someone like Sendo. Sendo has like all these people looking up to him. Yeah. He like has all these like dreams specifically with regards to being a boxer and stuff. Whereas Ippo seems to come in response to the amazing pressure that these great opponents put him under.
And even in the past, usually it was always something I feel like where his resolve wasn't the thing that was weakest. There would be times when it would be tested, but that was not where he was lacking, right? And it was usually what would carry him through, right? Yeah. Through ridiculous amounts of hardship and, you know, like
Mashiba's callback, for instance.
Yeah, exactly. But the resolve itself wasn't ever attacked, right? And that's, I think, what happened here.
Exactly.
The closest example we have to that is his fight with Date, and he lost because of it, right? So I really like that was the conflict here, and that it was something that Ippo didn't know how to handle. Because in the fight with Date,
he was so overwhelmed in this fight. Yeah.
Right, because in the fight with Date was doing a trick to basically make Ippo think that, you know, he wasn't actually taking damage when he really was. Right. In this, it was something where Sendo just made him afraid, right? Like, basically. Like, because before, with Date, that was something where Ippo was concerned, confused, worried, you know, all these things where he was like, hold on, it's not supposed to go this way. How is he doing that? But it wasn't fear. Sendo turned him into a cornered animal. Right? Yeah. And you know, so that the only thing he could do was fall up like a turtle, right? Yeah. Right? So, and I feel like that's something Ippo's never really had to face before. Not really. Not in this way.
It's more that Ippo was feeling out-techniqued or countered in some special way because there was a technique or some kind of methodology of boxing that he hadn't ever really practiced against. I kind of think of the Psyche fight as an example of that.
Yes, that's a great example.
It's just so different that it completely changes the game. Whereas this one, he is having his exact kind of style of boxing with regards to there are differences. There are differences between him and Sendo, but it's having a strong infighter just absolutely destroy him with his own techniques, of course, but then also with the overwhelming pressure of just being a relentless punching machine.
Like this is what Ippo was to all those other people. Now he was a much more good-natured sort of, you know, like nice boy that didn't specifically try to terrify his opponents, right?
But I'm sure he was terrifying.
Right? Because his punches were dynamite, right? They would just turn people into jelly, right? Now he's getting to experience this.
Right.
And he's never had to do that before because he was the one that would always, you know, punch through concrete or whatever it was that was in front of him, right? You know, not literally, of course.
Of course.
So now he's in this situation and he doesn't know how to deal with it. And fear is not logical. like you can say like, no, but it's not, whatever. There's all these reasons, excuses, whatever.
Fight or flight, yeah.
Yeah, fight or flight. It's just, it sets in deep. And no matter what everyone else around him says, it's not enough. Mm-hmm. And I love that it was Hachi barking that makes him, that sort of snaps him out of it. It cuts through the noise and suddenly he's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Because it makes sense from the technical standpoint that a dog's sound of a bark of a dog is so different than what the sounds are happening around him that it would just be like, wait, what? Like, it makes him kind of question everything for a second there. And when you're in fear, all non-essential processes to you moving towards the fight or flight kind of aspect of things get completely shut down. So he can't think consciously. He can't hear anything anyone else is saying.
It's just white noise.
Yeah, it's all just white noise. And I like how Ippo as a show kind of brings you into the atmosphere of the boxing ring. Whenever there's a fighter that has some kind of terrifying persona, like Sendo or Mashiba, for instance, and in some cases Date as well, there's this aspect of where you yourself start to feel scared, not really for Ippo, but you actually start to feel your own heart just kind of go, oh, okay. And then in the show, freaking Aoki is just like, this isn't good for my heart. This isn't good for the heart. I'm like, Aoki, I feel you. Yeah. The commentary was very, I would say, specific and pointed, so I never really felt confused as to what was going on here. In fact, I would say this was one of the episodes where I felt the most on point with understanding how the flow of the fight was happening.
Yeah, and because in a lot of senses, like the fight, I don't want this to come across the wrong way. In a lot of cases, this episode was slow in that it basically... This episode was Ippo dealing with the problem at hand of how do I beat the fear, right? Yep. And then there was a little bit at the end of him basically actually facing off against Sendo and sort of making concrete and permanent that the fact that he had defeated the fear.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
But that's basically what this episode was all about. So they didn't have to do a bunch of crazy complicated stuff.
Yep.
It's very simple and straightforward. There are even points like where Ippo got pushed into the corner, I think twice this episode. And I think there might have been even some reused animation from the previous episode of Sendo just wailing into him. Because
they did that for the trading punches one there. That's the one that they used quite a bit. But the big moments of the episode were not really the wailing in of the punches. It was lulls in the fight where you would have moments like Ippo collapsing and realizing, no, I can't. This can't be over here. I don't want to lose. I don't want this to happen. I have to keep going. And it's funny because I remember a point where Ippo basically had that lean down moment and he did kind of do a punch from down there. And it was like an awkward gazelle punch or something like that. But in this case, it kind of reminded me, oh, right, the gazelle punch. Then when
Sendo is like, what can he throw right there? Over?
Yeah, exactly. But in this case, it was the bent over in the corner. So I thought that was a cool in-episode mechanical foreshadowing of the gazelle punch actually happening. Because we caught on rather quickly because they're like, what you learned, Volg and Date. And we're like, the gazelle punch. Yeah. But then they're also talking about, no, not the gazelle punch. Like how to tap into your not killer intent, I guess it is, but your resolve, your courage.
Right.
Your shonen protagonist power. Yeah. Which in this case... I really like the idea of having it be the anime eye power kind of thing here.
Sure.
Because I gotta compare it to some like other sports analogies I've just seen and heard and experienced myself, and that is that when you have the moment of like everything kind of aligning, I kind of assume it as a martial artist basically having just taken a beating. And then they breathe out and resume their battle-ready pose. They have their stance that they shift back into. Right. Basically,
they center themselves.
They've centered. They've become imbalanced in Zen. But then they enter basically into this vibe, and it's so perfect. Right. It just locks everything in, and you literally like get this supernatural perception. It's so cool. Where basically you're moving, and you can almost see the after images of people like. Moving, and it's like the time dilation thing they talk about in Hunter x Hunter, but it's like it literally
adrenaline and focus and
adrenaline
all that stuff
and all these things working together, and that happens But for like a professional thing, it's got to be amped up to the higher levels because their physical capacities are also maxed
way
out.
higher. But also, one of the things that I think is really important about this is with the element of the courage aspect. I mentioned the whole idea, and it was kind of a cheesy example, but I think it is pretty effective at drawing attention to what the courage was that was so terrifying to Sendo.
Yeah.
Is that Sendo in this situation is the big dog, right? You know, he's
a tiger.
He's a tiger, right? Yeah, exactly.
The alpha predator.
Alpha predator.
Yep.
And yet there's this little thing that, you know, so it's normal that when he displays how alpha predator he is, that things would be scared, right?
At the beginning of the round when
Ippo
just like, I can't do anything.
If Ippo didn't do that, that probably would have surprised Sendo, given how much effort he directly put into making sure that Ippo would be afraid, right? Yeah. Like, he actually did worse punches so that Ippo would be scared, right?
Right. He let his punches in some way. He tired himself out punching into his block.
Right, then trying to get around it or hook under it or whatever.
Yeah, and then potentially giving Ippo an opening. So he just goes for rapid fire, just you know, just nonstop.
Attack rush. And the thing is that if you're in that situation and you're used to, when I bring the hurt, you know, people get scared, they flinch, they do all that. Yeah. And then for some reason you saw something that didn't.
Yeah, that would unnerve you.
That would unnerve you.
And not only that, they throw a punch at a point where you're like, wait, then they actually fought back. It's not the thing of them not being scared. It's the thing of them actually like attacking you in the midst of that.
Because courage at the beginning, sure, I haven't dished out the hurt yet, right? Yeah. But when I'm in the middle of it and you are done, right? And I am about to finish you. My jaws are about to close down forever, on you.
Right.
And then they look back and they're not scared. That's not even just like an instinct thing. I would say in a lot of ways that's a common sense thing because you never know, right? Especially in fights like this, it can change on a dime, right? When Ippo did end up getting that actual gazelle punch in, it knocked him flat. Sendo almost lost the fight, right?
Yep.
If he had actually managed to do that there, that could have happened. So it's like, wait just a sec. Let's make sure. Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. Now let's go back in.
Right.
Like, you know, it's the cool hand Luke thing where
nice cool reference.
That very aspect of just being like, yeah, I'm okay. It's like, art thou human?
Yeah.
Like, because you know that my fists can literally kill you.
Yeah.
Why aren't you worried? Like,
Yeah. So we're in this situation now. Sendo has lost the ability to draw power from his legs, his incredibly like voluptuous calves that he has worked out on. Just crazy. Ippo also has taken in some ways more damage potentially than Sendo to the point where he's barely able to move or even deliver those kinds of big punches there.
Like the Dempsey roll. Like, if he had been able to do it, Sendo would have been done, but he couldn't.
Yeah, there were a lot of technical things that I think that the fight kind of casually just had happen, and we didn't actually get the commentators kind of giving too much on it.
And I appreciate that.
I appreciated that, actually, because it's respectful to the audience. And one of my favorite ones was when Ippo has already done his feint, and he's realizing that Sendo is now going to start using feints. So he's like, don't fall for it. So he starts winding up the Dempsey roll.
Right.
One of my favorite things that basically shows us is that Ippo's like, I don't care where you're throwing it. I'm going to wind up my motion, my back and forth bit to where it could come from anywhere.
Right.
And I'm going to maintain this motion bit there. Yeah. And then once you actually throw a punch and I feel it like come past me, then I'll step in and start to wind up the Dempsey roll and do it. Yeah. And it was a moment where the other coach is like, hey, stop that.
That's a problem.
So basically, he had to throw away his feint strategy.
Right.
Commit to stopping it with a punch quickly.
Right.
Rather than basically throwing here's my feint punch that should stop it. Because he didn't want to bet on the fact that Ippo might ignore the feint and use that bit of momentum there where he's basically, because when you feint, you kind of drop your guard a little bit. Like, because you're winding up a punch with one of your arms or something like that. There's a little bit of that motion there. And that motion, in terms of action economy for a combat setting...
That has a cost.
It has a cost. So you have to basically throw that away, commit to it. I just thought that was one of the cleverest like little moments of Ippo. He's overcome the fear, so he's able to think logically and strategically and go, okay, this will bring things into my favor, force him to overcommit, no matter what, really.
Right.
Because even if he does break this up, then he's now shifted things back into an exchange of blows, and then I can get good body blows in.
Sure.
And then that's when he basically goes into his form of 2 punches for every one of yours.
Right.
And starts going high-low, body head. It was just brilliant.
Well, and one of the other things that's really helpful is that because the Dempsey rule is kind of built on defense and offense at the same time, you know?
Right, you start with the defense.
Because you've got the weave and bob, right?
Yep.
Because it's a set pattern, right? That means that it's not actually going to change based on what punches are thrown. You might try and accelerate or things like that, but you're hoping that the weave and bob will be enough to dodge any of their punches.
Yeah, and it should, because it's an opposite range of motion with
exactly. If you're timing
punches
it right.
coming in.
But that means that if they do go to do feints, well, I mean, for the real punches, you're doing a constant thing that doesn't really change much anyways.
Right.
So feints,
they just fall into
just fall in. You know, it's like, oh, I guess that was a feint. I guess that was a feint. You know, like it doesn't change anything. And you're still winding up your attack. You know, so there you go.
Also, this is probably one of the most like anime kind of comparisons here. Oh. But the idea of a Dempsey roll being a literal I'm a charge in my attack. Like it,
but without energy blasts and everything, and
right. But it's actually a real thing,
right? Yeah.
So again, I love that every single big kind of moment in Ippo recently seems to have boiled down to the legs, and this is something that, again, from just a sports perspective, I have no real knowledge of boxing or how it would flow or anything, even based on watching this. I'm just kind of taking in what they give me.
Right.
But every time they mention how important the legs are to being able to, you know, support your frame and outmaneuver and then deliver also the strength in your punches.
Sure.
I just get happy because it reinforces my thought that, like, yeah, okay, I may not be a strong upper body person or what have you, but
thunder thighs
and monster calves, you know, like thunder thighs and lightning calves. I guess that would be the bit there. Yeah. Because you clap the thighs and you get the, and then you of course move quickly, and that's the lightning step.
There you go.
You know, your little shunko or what have you. For OG reference.
So now that I think about it, Ippo's Dempsey roll is
sushi.
Well, yes, but also Thunder Cross Split Attack.
Oh my god!
An ultimate attack that combines offense and defense.
Oh my god!
Like, think about it. Think about it. You fell for it, you fool. Like,
it even has the bit of, you know, it's a figure eight. It's a figure eight. Oh no, I must be tired. Why is this making me laugh so much? Okay. No one in chat, or there's not chat, but no one in the comments probably saw that coming. But all right,
that's the whole point.
Okay, I think that's a good one discussion for now. But guys, we are going to head into the 5th round, where both of these fighters will probably not recover even up to like 20% in this 1 minute interval there, which means real damage happens. Now, we foreshadowed a bit in the past that one of the scariest things about what they're setting up here is that boxing, when it comes down to those like we should leave the match but we're not kind of moments, careers can be ended.
Yes.
Now, one of the biggest kind of things you could do here to make this fight be one where Ippo's going to win, guys. Ippo's going to win.
Yeah.
But have this one where Ippo kind of loses is the fact that the fight keeps going this long. I'm just telling you, the longer this fight goes on,
and it's at a cost.
And it's at a cost. There is going to be a moment, and it has to happen. It just has to happen, because they even had Sendo do it to Takeshi Shigeta. Yeah, thank you. Just rolling through the names there. That Ippo might have to end the career of Sendo in order to stop him.
Potentially.
Because I'm just going to put this out here. The fact that Sendo had a moment where he shouldn't necessarily have been able to go on, but he just resolves his own way to bring back up to that fighting pose. And the coach was doing the no, keep going, you know? I feel like that's almost a little bit of a
foreshadowing
of like this round is going to go through and it's not going to be over. We're going to go into round 6.
Sure.
And in maybe round 6 or 7, there's going to be some punches that might have some permanent damage.
Well, and one of the things I'm getting curious,
vibe.
because for the psychological effects, I feel like that mostly comes in when it's overwhelmingly one way or the other, right? When you're being totally destroyed and the person doesn't let you go down because they're sending a message, right?
But this, I would say, is not the psychological thing.
Right, you're talking more of the physical.
I'm talking more of the actual physical stuff.
They are pushing themselves so damn far that and they can't afford to give up because everything's on the line here, right? And then it gets to the point where
it's the idea of when you are fighting in D&D and your hit points are so low.
I may only have 1 hit point left, but I'm still conscious.
You're still conscious.
Yeah.
But if you take max HP damage,
which
beyond
gets a lot
that,
easier the lower health you are.
It gets a lot easier to do that, exactly. You know, if you're getting knocked unconscious from 26 HP versus 2 HP, there's certain scary things that you don't have to think about at 26 HP versus 2 HP.
Right.
And right now we have characters that deal 50 damage per punch. Even though they usually deal 80 per punch.
But it's still a lot.
But they're still wavering around 10 HP on each of them. So there could be that moment where, you have a Sendo moment where he basically knocks the person out, but I'm sorry, I have triple attack.
Right.
I am going to continue hitting you while you are prone. Bam, bam. It's like, that's 3 automatic death saving fails, and you're done. I don't think that's going to happen in terms of like a death kind of thing, but I'm thinking that there is a moment that's going to happen where Sendo is going to be made the underdog again. He is going to tap into his own resolve, and it's going to be a moment where even Ippo is terrified, but then it's like, I have to win.
Well, and
then they both start dealing blows that like...
go down, stay down.
Right, exactly. Where they're
don't
both,
get back up.
Right. But I'm thinking it's going to be both of them.
Right.
But it's going to be a moment where Ippo, having no real killer intent, like that's not who he is.
Right.
Having a moment where he almost needs to edge into it a little bit in order to win.
Right.
Because just resolve in response to fear is not enough. You need to have a proactive aggression of sorts in order to actually beat someone who is literally you, but better. Like
because there's the physical battle, but really it's the psychological battle. And Ippo is not fighting a psychological battle. Sendo is, right?
Sendo is.
Ippo is winning his own psychological battle.
He won it just this episode.
Right, but he's not going on the offensive in that regard.
Right.
So what do you do?
Yeah. And I just feel like if they want to make this fight a really crazy one, have something that is a cost for Ippo winning.
Right. And by the way, the last time they fought, neither one of them lost the psychological battle.
That's true.
But the physical battle was lost. Like, the psychological surpassed the physical.
And that's why this fight is so important for Sendo.
That's why this fight is so important for Sendo. So
he doesn't feel like he was given a proper opportunity to...
Right. Yeah, and now he's physically made sure that he is...
a god.
Right, exactly. So...
Right.
Yeah.
So, can Ippo be willing to break the spirit of Sendo? Because remember, there's the words also that Granny said, put the fear of God in him.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not just a Dempsey roll. That's like double Dempsey roll kind of fear.
Well, that's do a Dempsey roll, but keep him up.
I just don't want that though. Like I'm just getting that fear regarding what kind of tension can they bring up because they've already evolved the fight to be so much more than a physical one. It's shaping up to be my favorite fight in Ippo, even potentially surpassing the Volg fight. I don't know. Actually, that's a good point. I thought the Date fight might be better than the Volg fight. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's tough.
There's so many good fights. You can even go back to some of the earlier parts, and there's so many good ones. But this one has some of the hypest things in there just thus far because the Dempsey roll is the Dempsey roll. So fun. But that's the episode, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general. And you can also talk with Jake about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
Yep, I wrote a sci-fi novel. It's called Battle Lines. It's really cool. It's available for purchase. Link in the description down below where you can get it. It has some pretty crazy one-on-one and there's, other variations of numbers.
Brutal fights
in there, so go check it out. It's awesome.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.